Social media. It is the invisible thread that connects billions of people across the globe. In less than a generation, it has revolutionized how we communicate, how we consume information, and how we perceive reality. It has given a voice to the voiceless, but as it weaves into the fabric of our daily lives, it also brings complex challenges that we are only beginning to understand. Recognizing this shifting landscape, one nation has decided to draw a line. On December 10th of 2025, the Australian Parliament made international headlines by passing a historic law. Australia has officially become the first country in the world to enforce a total ban on social media for children under the age of 16. The government argues that the era of the digital Wild West must end. But is this a necessary protection or an overreach? Let's find out. Today, we are exploring a landmark decision that has reshaped the digital landscape. On December 10th, 2025, the Australian Parliament made international headlines by passing a historic and deeply controversial law. Australia has officially become the first country in the world to enforce a total ban on social media for children under the age of 16. This legislation, known as the Social Media Minimum Age Bill, specifically targets tech giants such as TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and X. The stakes are incredibly high. If these platforms fail to implement robust age verification systems to prevent young users from creating accounts, they now face staggering fines of up to 49.5 million Australian dollars. But the real question is, why now? The Australian government argues that we are in the middle of a global mental health crisis. They believe that the Wild West of the internet is exposing our youth to harmful content, unrealistic beauty standards, and a constant pressure to stay connected. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese recently stated that social media is doing social harm to our young people, and it's time to step in. To understand the deeper details and the immediate impact on the ground, let's go to our virtual reporter who has been monitoring the public's reaction. What can you tell us about the Australian public is responding to this major change?
Thank you, Shan Yiming. Australia is currently debating under the new social media ban. People have very different feelings about this big change. On one side, many parents are very happy. They feel the internet is become a digital Wild West, a place with no rules. They are worried about cyberbullying online, particularly, and the consistent pursuit to get likes and views. For these parents, the law like the protective shield is allows the children to step away from the screen and focus on the real world again. However, teenagers feel very differently. Many young Australians are protesting and seeing potentials. They argue that social media is not just for fun. It is their main communities. It's where they find emotional sports, talk to friends, and learn things they can find in school books. To them, a total ban is a later solution that does not actually fix the underlying problems. Finally, it's the question for how to enforce this ban. The government must be use age verification tools like physical registration for requiring people to upload their government IDs. This has sparked a huge debate about privacy. Many people are asking if our personal data is safe and is the government watching us too closely? To understand how to ban affects to the mental health for teenagers, we are joined by my next group member to talk.
Thank you. From a psychological point of view, this ban deals with serious risks to the still developing brain of young people. Over the past 10 years, clinical reports has shown a clear rise in anxiety, depression, and sleep problem among teenagers. A major case of situation is the advanced algorithm used by social media platforms. These systems are designed to be highly engaging, using repeated reward patterns that take advantage of basic human behaviors and encourage young users to keep scrolling for long periods of time. For teenagers, self-esteem can easily become too closely linked to online approval. This creates a strong comparison culture, which young people judge their own lives against the unrealistic image of others. As a result, many experience serious body image problems and feel increasingly isolated in real life. It is important to remember that the teenager brain is still developing, especially the prefrontal cortex, which control decision making and self-control. Without these skills being fully formed, teenagers are much more likely to become addicted to digital platforms. Although a complete ban may appear too strict, it can act as a necessary buffer zone. It gives children time to develop important thinking skills and form real social connections without constant digital pressure. That said, we must admit that a ban cannot be a long-term answer. Technology cannot be avoided forever, and young people must essentially learn how to use it safely. It raised an important issue. Are major technology companies doing enough to protect their users? Now let's listen to the technical perspective from our specialist.
Thanks. While the legal intentions are noble, the underlying technical reality is vastly more complex. As a tech analyst, I see three critical obstacles. First is circumvention. Any teenager with basic digital literacy can easily use a VPN or decentralized browsers to mask their location and bypass local regulations. This creates a cat and mouse game where users find new entry points within minutes of a ban. Second is infrastructure and the privacy paradox. Most social media platforms currently lack a reliable, secure way to verify age in real time. The proposal to use biometric data or government IDs creates a massive security risk. We are essentially asking tech giants to collect even more sensitive of personal data, creating a new gold mine for hackers. Thirdly, this ban might have an unintended shadow platform effect. It may push children away from regulated mainstream apps and into the dark web or unregulated, anonymous forums that are far more dangerous. In the tech world, we believe technology moves at lightning speed, far faster than government rules. We don't need stricter digital walls, we need robust privacy by design and better digital literacy. We should focus on building safer algorithms and empowering parents with better tools, rather than trying to delete a part of the modern world. To conclude our report, let's look at what this means for the future.
Thank you all for those insightful perspectives. As we have seen, Australia's move is a broad and risky experiment that the entire world is watching. Here in Malaysia, the government is also monitoring the situation closely. Our own communications ministry has recently introduced new licensing requirement for social media platforms to tackle online scams and harmful content. Whether the Australia ban succeeds or fails, it has officially started a global conversation that we can no longer ignore. Is it the government's job to parent our children, or is it the responsibility of the tech companies to build safer products? Most importantly, where do we draw the line between safety and freedom? Our government's consensus is that while regulation is necessary, education is the only sustainable future. We cannot simply delete the internet from a child life. We must empower the next generation with the tools to use technology responsibly and critically. This concludes our documentary. We hope this report has provided a comprehensive and balanced view of the challenges we face in this digital age. Thank you for your listening.